Okay, we have an equal number of politicians and non-politicians tonight. It's not an attempt to reduce politicians to the minority. Politicians first. Madhukar Jaitley of the Samajwadi Party. Mr. Jaitley, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Kuwar Danish Ali, National General Secretary of the JDS. Danish Ali, good evening. Good evening, can you hear me? Mr. Ali. Okay, we'll try and get everyone in. Kirit Somaya, are you there, sir? Let's get you on the screen at least.
Yes,
Mr. Somaya, good evening. I can't see you, but I can hear you. And Sanjay Jha will be joining us in some time. I don't know where all my guests disappeared. There you are, Mr. Somaya. Good evening. And taking them on today.
Only in front of you.
And taking them on today, on the other side is Sudhir Tailang. He's a well-known cartoonist. He'll be joining us from Delhi. Mr. Tailang, good evening. Ashish Shakya. He's a stand-up comedian, a humor columnist.
Good evening, Arnav.
Good to see you, Ashish. Good to see all of you people in real life, Ashish.
Good evening.
And
Good
Suresh Menon. Why does Suresh Menon make you laugh? I don't know. Suresh Menon is famous as a person who has made appearances on several TV shows, and he also does a good act on me. Suren Sundaram of Radio Mirchi, thank you very much. He's an RJ of Radio Mirchi. Abhinandan Sikri, good evening. Let's get all of you on the screen in one shot if we can. Thank you very much. Okay, who do we start with? Abhinandan, why do you think these politicians are so touchy about jokes now?
Yeah. Okay, one thing I'd like to just start by saying, you called Jaya Bachchan a serious neta. I'm not so sure about that. But I don't think it's about sense of humor. You see, humor is about equality. You know, humor is the acknowledgement of equality. You can only make a joke at someone who's an equal. Like, if I make a joke at a little child who falls flat on his face, I'm cruel, I'm mean. And a joke at someone way beyond his insolence.
Yeah.
Humor is acknowledgement of equality.
Right.
And equality is something our netas are very unused to. And why they are so unused to it is because if you have ever interacted, I've interacted with enough bureaucrats and netas, as I'm sure you have, I have never seen any class of people who can oscillate between such servility towards those superior to them as in their party high command and such arrogance and rudeness towards others who are the Aam Aadmi. So any mind that has to oscillate between this power dynamic cannot comprehend rationally power dynamics, and humor is all about power dynamics, which is why they have such warped views on humor. I think it's ridiculous what Jaya Bachchan said. And one thing, I mean, this is a cheap shot, I wouldn't have taken it, but just today I saw the promo of her son's film, Happy New Year, in which he uses, in the promo, there's a usage of a word that very eloquently talks, it's one word that encapsulates the Oedipus complex. It begins with a mother. Now, I don't know if she thinks that's in good humor. Not that I'm saying anything is wrong with it, but no. I'm saying that I'm not saying anything wrong with it. I'm saying he's welcome to do that. No. But your intent is not about good taste. Your intent is about trying to hack equality, because humor is about equality.
Okay. Now, when you make a joke of Parliament, Mr. Somaya, why can't we joke on you?
Nobody has objected.
No, why can't we mimic you?
I think, and you will also listen me. First of all, arrogance of anybody, everybody, politician also. The politician should be the first. And let me tell you, the arrogancy of the politician or ill behavior. I don't think any politician, good politician, will support any ill behavior in Parliament or outside. We strongly criticize. But let me also add one more thing. Joking, rumor of anybody, including politician, is to be welcome, is to be appreciated. But simultaneously, if somebody, if asked whether we will try to consider, whether we will think to consider the level of rumor, if there is any double meaning.
No, who decides the level of humor?
Okay.
No, should we have a special category of humor for MPs? Ashish Shakya, should we have a special category for humor for MPs? Should,
Yeah, this.
No, one second. 1 minute. Hear the other side today. I want the politicians. I want those others to speak as well.
It's so ridiculous that It's so ridiculous that we're getting a lecture on double meaning from somebody who works in Bollywood, and B, can we just please take a moment to appreciate the fact that we've spent half the day wasting time discussing about an MP's feelings that got hurt. I mean, I'm sure there are more important things to talk about. I mean, and as a comedian, let me just say that, just to add to what Abhinandan said about comedy being an equalizer, there's a basic cardinal rule in comedy: you always strike up, which is why people will make jokes about politicians, because it is literally the only thing we can do. It is the only form of expression that we have left. So for a politician to say, no, I'm hurt, I'm sorry, go change the channel. You know, it's not that difficult. Like the Chief Justice or somebody, there was a judgment regarding the film PK, wherein basically the judge recently said that if you don't like it, don't watch it. It is essentially the same thing.
So what happened to Jaya Bachchan, Madhukar Jetli? Have you told her to not be so serious about these issues? And what was she complaining about? Have you had a chat with her?
No, let me tell you, Arnav, one thing. First of all, let me tell you, this issue which you are trying to raise is being blown beyond a proportion.
Why is it blown out of proportion? You have the minister standing up and taking notice of it. Was she joking when she spoke in Parliament? Was she joking when she spoke in Parliament? Sir, 1 minute. When MPs... Sir, 1 minute.
Let me say.
Sir, let me
Either you say or let me say.
No, I'll just say one thing and then you say. I have seen MPs, they are grabbing each other by their collars. You remember September 2012, the kind of sarak chap fight that happened between the Samajwadi Party and the BSP, in which your SP MP Naresh Agarwal and some Akhtar Singh Karimpuri were fighting. You know, like goons on a street would not fight. You remember that fight? Now, if somebody makes a joke about that, should that person be arrested? Tell me, Mr. Jetli, what are you irritated about? What's the real reason?
Let me answer you first, Arnab. Let me tell you. Have patience to listen to me.
I have complete patience.
See what Mrs. Bachchan has... let me tell you. Mrs. Bachchan has not raised an issue about herself. What she has said is about the complete institution of Parliament, the way the RJs and the way the big fat anchors on the television and also on the other section of the media tried to do mimicry to the extent of teasing the members of the Parliament.
There you are. There you are. You don't like it. No, I like this. This is the confessional moment of the news. This is the confessional moment of the news. No, I always suspected it. No, I suspected it, Mr. Jetli, and you revealed it. Didn't he reveal it? The real issue is not just some RJs mimicking you. You don't like any criticism.
It's
you think the moment you...
There is a level, there is a difference between...
Really?
He has said that I welcome satire.
Yeah.
He has said that I welcome satire. And let me tell you...
Sir, I want to crack a joke. I want to crack a joke. Am I going to be allowed to crack a joke?
She has not said that we don't. She has not said that she doesn't accept jokes. She says that there is a level where you have to draw the line. Who is going to make those RJs accountable?
You see
who
what
is going to make those RJs accountable?
Who are you to decide it? Mr. Jetli, who are you to decide?
Who is going to decide?
Who's going?
Who are you going to decide it?
No, but are you going to decide? You go to Parliament and do your job. You do your job.
No, don't say all this. Don't say all this.
What did Jaya Bachchan say? What did Jaya Bachchan say? In fact, I'm going to tell you what I am going to tell you more.
The entire Samajwadi Party supports her.
Really?
She has raised a very valid point.
Yeah, so I want to ask you, why don't you say that? Why don't you say you also want action taken and this pepper spray MP who insulted all of us want that person removed? Why didn't you say that we want Naresh Agarwal sacked? Why don't you say we want Naresh Agarwal sacked from your party? Why don't you say?
Then may I ask you?
Yes, ask.
Then may I ask you that when you showed the picture of Mr. Obama in the beginning of the program, how many times has the Indian media raised an issue like the Watergate scandal in which the President of the United States had to resign? What is your level of discussion?
Mr. Jetli, Mr. Madhukar Jetli, CWG scam, 2G scam, Devas ISRO scam.
I'm saying, where
Colgate, Armsgate,
how many times?
How many scams? You know the problem with you is, Mr. Jetli, you have this big American complex. The problem with you is, Mr. Jetli, don't teach me journalism. You do your job, don't teach me my job.
You showed the photograph of Mr. Obama comparing the American president.
Yes, I did show the picture of Mr. Obama because Mr. Obama Mr. Obama thinks he's a human being. You people think you are another species.
That only Mr. Nixon had to resign on the Watergate scandal. How many times has the Indian media played so serious and so responsible that the president of the country had to resign?
Mr. Jaitley, first of all, I have a piece of advice. No, one second. I want to tell you something. First of all, you people learn to behave yourself. When people are dying in your state...
No, I learned myself. You also learn.
Now you listen, Mr. Jaitley, थोड़ा अपना अहंकार कम कीजिए.
मेरा बिल्कुल कम है.
बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ गया आपका अहंकार.
No, I am less than you.
No, Mr. Jaitley, I think it's time for you to hear back from us. I'll say one thing, Mr. Jaitley. You know what I think is a joke, but I'll tell you something that's a cruel joke. Can I give you an example of a cruel joke? When Mr. Madhukar Jaitley's party, I'll tell you two cruel jokes. One of the BJP, one from the Congress and one from the Samaj. The cruelest joke from Samajwadi Party is people are dying, children are dying of cold after the riots in Uttar Pradesh. And what does their Manyavar Mukhyamantri and his father do? आप सुनिए तो आप item numbers देखने जाते हैं अपने constituency में. You go to listen to item numbers. You made a joke of politics. You made a I'm questioning you. People will question you. People will question you. You can bat for Jaya Bachchan. People will reject you. Now let's get some views from here. And RJ who wants to speak up tonight. What is Mr. Shakya holding up? Mr. Shakya, you know I am 1 second please.
He says, guy, relax.
What are you holding up? You see, I like this. You see, the thing is, I love this. What he said, guys, please relax.
I was just very amused.
Good. We have. You caught my attention.
I was just very amused by the level of outrage that was going on.
I tell you one thing.
I was just very amused by the level of outrage going on about this whole incident. About especially it's so simple. You don't need RJs or comedians or writers or cartoonists to make a mockery out of Parliament when our leaders do it so well themselves.
Yeah.
We are mere imitations where the poorest form of flattery is what we're doing, and it's literally the least thing we can do.
No, I'll tell you something.
I don't even see why there's so much anger.
No. 1 second. Mr. Shakya, now let me say something.
This is like a David versus Goliath battle.
Don't. I don't see why they're going on about it. I'll tell you. Don't underestimate what you are doing. Because I must say this, that in what many of you satirists and humorists and stand-up comedians do, is that in your own way, you take the discussion forward on many popular platforms. You reach out to a lot of people. I'm only saying tonight, these politicians better learn to handle it, right? That's the only point. Yeah, go ahead. Then I'll come to you. Yeah.
I just have one thing
You have questions to ask them? Anything?
I might just offend them, which is what I'm worried about.
As long as the language is not extreme.
It's not a spoof either.
Yes.
Well, the only thing that I had to say was that at around 3 o'clock, when I started watching the news, I was actually laughing when this comment actually came up that RJs use foul language, RJs spoof various people, especially MPs. What I have to say is that there are so many comedy shows that are scripted. When I actually watch what is happening in the Parliament, sometimes it pains me. Yeah. And then I'm also thinking that if these are the people that we elected and they're throwing paper and they're wasting it and they're saying all sorts of things, they're fighting. I actually remember there was a clip that was being watched in the Parliament. If that is not going to be spoofed, if I put every listener that I am probably here because of, if I put every listener, he's going to talk about the same thing. How many people are you going to stop? How many people are you going to stop from...
Exactly. So you think it's about curbing freedom of expression actually, isn't it?
It's not curbing freedom of expression unless you are telling me that I'm actually insulting somebody or I'm making defamatory remarks. If I can self-regulate my thoughts, knowing that there are 30 lakh people listening in at any given point of time, if I'm okay with that, making responsible views, why should anybody have a problem?
And who is Jaya Bachchan? Who is Jaya Bachchan to decide what is palatable or not palatable? Sanjay Jha, who is she?
Also, Arnab, just
what is her special right?
I want to make one point.
No, what is her special right?
Arnab,
Arnab. To determine that. And for God's sake, Sanjay, at least on this, take a contrarian view. However difficult it may be for you.
No, it's not. I want to tell you by a very uncanny coincidence, and it's truly uncanny. I'm coming right now to your studio, which is why I got late from attending a stand-up comedy act of probably one of India's best stand-up comedians. You can imagine who it is. I was attending a Veer Das show.
Yes.
And he started by actually doing a spoof on senior leaders of the BJP, the Congress, and the Aam Aadmi Party. And in the audience of around 2,000 people, I'm sure people voted for all three parties. But when the jokes happened, everybody laughed at all the jokes and all the politicians. I think in India, the Indian political fraternity needs to change and understand that you can't be so, waspish or hypersensitive and touchy and testy when there are jokes on you. I think it is a way of trying to actually appreciate that we got quirky and eccentric traits in us.
Can I clap for you, Mr. Sanjay Jha?
That's a reality.
Can I clap for you and then proceed to expose you?
I mean that.
Can I
really
clap
mean
for
that,
you and
Arnab.
then proceed to expose you?
I genuinely mean that, Arnab.
Can I please do that? No, Mr. Sanjay Jha, I love this.
I tell you something else. I want to tell you something else,
Mr. Jha, Mr. Jha, जरा एक मिनट.
Arnab, just
जरा
one
एक
last
मिनट
point.
सुन लीजिए.
Arnab, just
नहीं
one
सुन
last
लीजिए.
point.
नहीं, 1 second.
One last
Mr.
point.
Jha.
Interestingly, Veer Das did a spoof on you and me. And I can tell you that my wife sitting next to me was actually laughing like I've never seen her do in a long time.
Yeah.
So the truth of life is that we all need to appreciate that there is a sense of humor that actually makes a public discourse get a little more intellectual content. It's not just funny. It's an intellectual content.
Mr. Jha, you make me so happy that many viewers and make viewers so happy. You are in the populist race tonight. If many people will say, make Sanjay Jha the president of the Congress party for a day. Or maybe actually, sorry, I forgot. Maybe more appropriately, the vice president. A more active vice president. Oh, anyway. Don't go to sleep, Mr. Jha. Wake up. Yes. Now the question is, Mr. Jha, my question is simply this. A restaurant poked fun at the UPA's tax policy on its bill. You remember this happened in Mumbai?
Yes.
You remember that?
Yeah.
I think we should remind Sanjay Jha because he just gave a nice little cute speech. A restaurant poked fun at the UPA's tax policy on the bill. The Congress party proceeded to the joke by sending the Youth Congress there to vandalize the place and force it down. What hypocrisy is Mr. Jha talking about? Come on.
Absolutely.
No, 1 second. Here. Don't give me these double standards, Sanjay Jha. No, Mr. Jha. I let you make your speech and now I let Suresh Menon make his speech.
Firstly, I think Arnab having me here on the show.
1 minute.
In all democracies, we are a progressive liberal society. We need to appreciate the fact that actually having humor is a great way of a public interaction. So I think politicians need to be a little less intolerant of these kind of jokes. And by the way, to Mrs. Jaya Bachchan, it's a Hindi movies that actually mocks politicians much more than an RJ or a stand-up comedy does.
One second. I gave you an example of what the Congress party did. You should go to a restaurant called Aditi Pure Veg and go and ask them that 30 gundas from the Congress party came and broke the whole place down.
That was wrong.
Broke the whole place down because somebody on the bill had questioned the prices under the UPA regime. Don't preach one thing and do another. Suresh Menon's turn. Don't censor the free media. He's also a part of it.
Please let me speak.
Yeah.
India needs answers tonight. I think the politicians have got a very good way to circumvent all these things by saying, oh, that was a spontaneous reaction when they went and broke up things over there. But we are all for humor. Firstly, the best joke of the day is that in the parliament, when people are dying, women are still being molested in our country, we are talking, hey, the RJs are cracking jokes on MPs, and that has to be raked up. And let's talk about this today.
Yeah.
Let's do something good for the nation. What RJs are talking about MPs, they're doing mimicry on MPs, and that's the thing that the nation needs answers tonight. I don't think it's fair. And if Ashish was right when he said that, you need humor to cut across to the common man and say that, okay, fine, we are going through a lot of crisis right now, but let's laugh about things.
Yeah.
And it's really not laughing matter. What happened with the cop earlier part of the day?
Look at that.
Astounding.
Look at that.
Astounding. And nobody thought about talking about that. Mrs. Jaya Bachchan should have been talking about that cop. And as Arnab rightly said, I hope the cop gets a medal tomorrow.
I hope he does.
Seriously, I
hope he does.
We should come together as one and fight for this. Not about RJs cracking jokes.
Today, two images come to my mind actually. On the one side, there is a policeman. I put it back to back, and you know what? It's very interesting. It's trending worldwide today, that whole trend of super cop today. All of India, two images come to my head, Suresh, as you speak. One of that policeman risking his life. He has a family. He may have children. He may have parents. He's risking his life while sitting on the bonnet of that car. And there is this so utterly
frivolous.
frivolous and super serious attempting to look Jaya Bachchan, who says, I don't find jokes about MPs palatable.
Madam, I have
It's
one
so
question.
bad. Go ahead. Who's your question for?
Suresh, no, actually Suresh, I'm a huge fan of because Suresh actually spoofs Sachin a lot.
Yeah.
So now I'm wondering, during the 2011 World Cup, when every cricketer was going on saying that we won the World Cup for Sachin,
Yeah.
on radio we actually thought what Sachin has to say because we never heard what Sachin had to say except during the World Cup ceremonies.
Point is taken.
So now I'm wondering, can we speak about Sachin because he's also an MP? Are we allowed to speak about it?
I don't know,
Can
Sachin.
you go get it?
Why?
you go get it?
You see, you understand, Mr. Danish Ali, this is not going to change.
To add to that point about jokes about MPs,
No, look at all the politicians today. They are so serious on my
to
program.
add to that point about jokes,
They are so serious on my program here today. Danish, what happened? Dunia badal chuki hai.
You know, Arnab, the truth
Does
is
it
that
up-
politicians
No,
and
Sanjay,
public
1 minute.
figures
Let
are
others speak.
lampooned all over the world.
You have got 44
there's
MPs. You may
nothing
need the
unusual
JDS
about
to
it.
support you. At least let the man speak. Go ahead, Danish.
Arnab, see, I don't know why Ms. Bachchan has said this, but
Can I tell you why she has said that? One
serious
second.
issue. But the serious issue is the with a very promptly the NDA government minister, I&B minister has responded to it.
Oh, make it
because
political.
It suits the present government.
Standard.
I am of the view that this joking gives a strength to every individual in his life. See, politicians get bored. If somebody is making joke, until unless it's not so double speak or some in bad taste, I think it's fine. But you must read in between the intention of the government that how promptly the I&B minister has responded to it, that they will inquire and they will see how they can...
Yeah, what happened, Kirit Somaya? No, what happened? Because is this some, I remember that there was a satirical website on Narendra Modi which had come up in the run-up to the 2014 elections. Next thing you know, Kirit Somaya, the website was mysteriously taken down. After it attracted 60,000 eyeballs in 20 hours, it was taken down. Mr. Somaya, the intolerance seems to be growing a bit, no, of the media.
I think the BJP
And is it not the intolerance that you are not allowing us to speak also
Sir,
here
please
on your
speak.
program?
Khula manch hai.
I think the intolerance has to be on both the parts. When I started, I told you categorically, we certainly welcome and appreciate the rumor. I talked to Prakash Javadekar before coming to your program, and I inquired. He said, no, we certainly welcome and appreciate only one point, that particularly regarding double meaning, the language.
What?
He said, we will have to check.
What? Who are you to lecture us?
BJP
Who are you to check? No, 1 second. Who are you to check? And Sanjay, don't make everything political.
Is it not your
it is a fact.
intolerance?
No,
that you are
1
not
second.
allowing me to speak
I'm
also?
allowing you.
ended
That's
today.
not true.
Otherwise, they would have brought the bill against this mimicry.
I feel, Mr. Does anybody do you all accept his argument on double meaning out there?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because if you're talking about double meaning, Mr. Somaya, I feel...
1 second, Mr. Somaya, Suresh Menon is responding to
If
you.
you're talking about double meaning and if you're talking about vulgarity, wherever possible, even humor or movies, then why is no objection taken upon all those numerous kids on streets who do not have clothes to wear? Nudity is there in every day of our lives. Lives when we pass by signals, there are children begging out there. Nobody talks about that. But yes, when something happens on the big screen, there's some nudity. Oh, come on, what's this against the Indian culture? That time nobody comes up and talks about them and help poor people. No.
Yeah.
But it all has to happen here when it's a complete non-issue according to me.
And what double meaning are you talking about, sir? Mr. Somaya, Sudhir Telang has to come in. We can't censor him tonight. Some politicians may censor you soon if things go on like this. But what was the double meaning when a Shiv Sena MP tried to force feed a person? Did you say anything? What was the double meaning when Vittal Bhai Radadia, who you gloriously accepted into the Bharatiya Janata Party, what did you reward him for? Taking a gun and putting it at a toll booth operator's head? Was that double meaning, Kirit Somaya? When some people were watching pornography in one assembly? When some politicians are fighting over...
Your viewpoint. Arnab, listen now.
I'm
It
telling
may
you,
be your
Mr. Somaya.
viewpoint,
I'm telling you the truth. You don't want to listen.
But double meaning of anybody cannot be appreciated. We never said that the politician.
What is the double meaning? What is the double meaning? What is the double meaning of taking money and pushing it in the house like that? What is the double meaning of Taposh Pal saying I'll kill people? You want to teach us? Sir, you want to teach us humour? You made a joke of Parliament.
They want to take this upon.
You made a joke of Parliament. You want to teach us humour, Mr. Kirit Somaya? We're getting a response. I think Sudhir Telang wants to come in. Sudhir Telang. We refuse to treat politicians like revered deities. Sudhir Telang.
Arnab,
Yeah.
let me say that some of the
Oops. Losing the line.
parties are the best stand-up comedians in this country. Only 2 days back, the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, had said, and he had lamented that humour is disappearing from parliamentary
Yes, he said
proceedings.
that. Yeah, he said that.
And today, on the eve of Independence Day, none other than Jaya Bachchan, for whom I have a lot of respect and who has actually worked in many classic comic films like Chupke Chupke. So when it comes from Jaya Bachchan, from an artist, I really feel very sad about it, because she should be on the side of freedom of speech and freedom of expression. Arnab, this is the same parliament which had ganged up against one cartoon by a legendary cartoonist called Shankar Pillai. There was a cartoon on Ambedkar, if you remember.
Yes.
And Arnab, you remember Mamata Banerjee, a politician. She had arrested a cartoonist only a couple of years back, and on Times Now, if you remember, I had challenged her to arrest me from the Times Now studios, and you also did the same
I remember that.
The problem with politicians is that the tolerance levels in the past few years have gone down, and the level of politicians' parliament has also gone down.
Yeah.
There was a time when you had politicians like Mr. Pandit Nehru and Jayaji and lots of people who a lot of cartoonists respected, and they felt even hesitant doing cartoons on them because they felt they had so much respect for them. And today in the parliament, not only that, they don't. As a cartoonist, I behave exactly like that little child who had the courage to say the emperor has no clothes. And the problem is many of them have no clothes, and when somebody tells it to them that you have no clothes on, then they feel very bad about it.
Yeah.
You can have, there are RJs, there are cartoonists, there are humorists who are bad.
Yeah.
Maybe there is bad humor, there is good humor.
Yeah.
But censor of humor is not accepted in a democracy.
Okay, so we've seen a few excuses so
in
far.
A democracy is power to dissent, power to disagree.
One second. We've seen a few excuses so far. Yes, Abhinandan, you buy the excuses that have been put tonight.
1 second, please.
Yeah, go ahead. And Madhukar Jetli,
no, I don't
you will all respond to it.
Yeah. 1 sec. Yeah, I don't buy any of the excuses. There are just 2
Arnab,
points I want to make.
It comes from,
One is, I just want to make. One sec,
let him complete.
May I just make 2 points?
No, 1 second. Let Abhinandan make his point. I think some of the politicians are getting angsty also.
Arnab, I just want to make. Yeah, I just want to make 2 points. One, I don't think Jaya Bachchan was reacting as an artist. She was reacting as someone who is in the who's at the privileged end of a power dynamic, because this is about power. 2, humor is not about retribution. Like if someone makes a point that if you behave so badly in parliament, then we are entitled to make fun of you. Dude, even if you behave really well in parliament, we will still make fun of you. We are not giving punishment. We are not sitting in retribution.
Yeah, exactly.
Tum aise karoge to hum aise karenge. That only Judge Arnav does. That is not the point, and that has got nothing to do with humor. And I would just like to remind. And I would like to remind Mr. Sanjay Jha that Section 66, which your esteemed legal minds thrust on us, now this government is going to use those very laws to censor, because when the Congress was in power, that law was convenient for us, because we don't want jokes about Rahul Baba and Sonia Ji. You thrust that and you arrested people. Now suck it up when this government does the same, because you can't do about Modi Ji or Jaya Ji. There is always a Ji. And one more thing I want to say.
Sanjay, what happened?
She says, you have to respect us. You have to respect us parliamentarians. Where did it stop? 1 sec. We only have to respect parliamentarians, not MLAs, not corporators.
Yeah.
So where does it stop? No MPs, then no MLAs, no corporators. Are Padma awardees also part of that?
Yeah.
Are Gram Panchayats part of that? What a nonsensical speech, what nonsensical points these politicians are making. They are incapable of rational thought when it comes to power dynamic.
No,
because they exist in a cocoon of warped power dynamic.
Abhinandan, let me put one thing in perspective. Sanjay, I know you have no argument to respond to him.
I want to answer.
I want to, Madhukar Jaitley and Kirit Somaiya.
One minute, Arnab. The point that he's read about Section 66 of the IT Act, I will agree with him that it is subject to interpretation and it can be used as a tool of intimidation. And I do believe that just because we are not in government, it doesn't mean that law cannot be amended today. And second point, 1 minute, just let me finish, Abhinandan. You know, it's a process of evolution.
Back then.
A lot of people have not been able to fathom the risks associated with social media abuse. I agree that you can't make the law so powerful. I'm on your side that
you are not on our side. You are not. No, please, Sanjay Jha, don't be. No, Sanjay, 1 minute. Sanjay, please, now you've taken too much time. You've taken too much time and your time stops now. 1 minute. Sanjay, just stop. Just stop. Don't do this. Don't do this Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde act on Newshour. Don't do it.
Just being honest.
Don't do it. Don't do it. We all went through our worst nightmare. We all went through our worst nightmare when the Right Honourable ex-telecom minister, His Self-Styled Holiness Kapil Sibal, did what he did in December 2011. 1 second, please listen now. No, please. And let me remind you.
It can be abused.
Let me remind you, Sanjay, please keep quiet.
Sure.
Let me remind you. You want to tell me on this Independence Day, can I remind you of what you were trying to do last Independence Day? Your Right Honourable ex-I&B Minister, at that point of time, His Self-Styled Holiness, Manish Tiwari, told us, stop covering and criticizing Manmohan Singh's speech. Notices were sent to TV channels. Why are you comparing Modi's speech to Manmohan Singh's speech? You are insulting the office. We have given advice to everyone that when the Prime Minister of India, Manmohan Singh, speaks, it should be taken with sensitivity and seriousness. You forgot all that. Now you want to be on my side? Oh my God, Sanjay, you're being such a hypocrite tonight. You're being such a hypocrite tonight.
I'm just going to tell you that
I'm not going to take that, Sanjay.
This NDA government is already trying to harass people on social media. You know how at this point of time there's a lot of unwritten censorship already there in India. I'm interested to hear what he has to say on Independence Day speech.
I know what
the I&B minister today talks about curbing and natural spontaneous behavior of RJs or stand-up comic actors. I think that's ridiculous, and I'll completely tell you.
And by the way, Sanjay, hello, 1 second, Sanjay.
My party,
Sanjay,
the Congress
you
party,
people,
and the UPA
you people, 1 second, you people, you want to lecture me on humour? Kirit Somaiya, 1 minute, Sanjay, you can't continue like that. Otherwise, I'll have to.
Government upheld the freedom of
Kirit Somaiya.
And so did the I&B minister.
Kirit Somaiya, Kiss. Okay, speak.
Yeah, see, I criticize the ill behavior of politicians first. Simultaneously, we just suggest, not expect. There is no question of any
I have a suggestion for you.
amendment in the law. Let me clear.
I have a suggestion for you.
There is no question of
I have a suggestion for you, Kirit Somaiya.
Just we suggest, let there be some dignity.
In humor. You want to respond on the dignity argument? 1 second. 1 second. The RJ wants to respond to you, so does Suresh. Go ahead. Give us some dignity.
I just want to say, we have been accused of cracking double meaning jokes, but I think politicians have got double standards. If we talk about dignity, then where's the dignity in the parliament when in the assembly, Karnataka assembly, I think they're watching some excellent physical exercise videos. I cannot speak more than that.
That was actually this double meaning and sleaze jokes that we keep cracking on radio. I'm actually wondering if any of the dignitaries who are here on the debate, they've actually heard anything. I think they're just jumping the gun without even hearing anything.
They don't. I'll tell you one thing. It's non-specific. It's deliberately non-specific. You know why? Because they just, they want to use any excuse. They want to use any excuse to say, Big Brother is watching you. And be afraid. Yes, Ashish Shakya. And I want to tell you one thing, Mr. Somaiya, Mr. Jaitley, Mr. Jaitley and Danish and Sanjay, we are not afraid. Yes, Danish.
I have a point.
Yeah, one second. Ashish will come back to the debate after Danish.
We are losing the main point. See, in the opening remark, I said that how the minister promptly reacted and positively accepted.
Oh, you are just going to make it BJP, JDS, BJP, Congress. I'm not interested in that.
No, the thing is,
are we interested in that?
The present government wants
It's the
to
same
put
war over and over again. May I
all
One
the
second, Mr.
institutions,
Ashish,
including media,
Danish,
and
Danish,
in the hurry, how
Danish,
they brought up
Danish,
the-
Ashish Shakya wants to respond to you. Let him respond, please. Yes, Ashish. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. you attention grabbing Mr. Ashish Shakya. What are you doing? That's a wonderful strategy that you've adopted. Very distracting.
I mean, I have to. It's the news. How else? I don't shout very well, so I have to do this, especially when I'm up against politicians. Anyway, what I'm saying is this: it started off with jokes. And it's gone into the same old debate about BJP versus the Congress. As somebody who tweets and expresses himself both personally and professionally on social media, it was a nightmare. 66A was a nightmare. It's still on and it's worse. The only people allowed to make jokes about the Prime Minister, if you remember, during the run-up to the elections, were other politicians themselves. The BJP campaign was pretty much one long stand-up act about Manmohan Singh, wo Sardar hai ya Sardar nahi hai, whatever. That was really bad jokes. But that's what happened for the longest time. What will happen tomorrow is that one statement will come out saying, I was misunderstood, as has happened with so many politicians. It's standard operating procedure. So it's just noise at this point. And right now it's bigger than jokes, because essentially with the laws that we have in place right now, what is happening is I technically could end up sharing jail space with a murderer or a robber or a rapist because I decided to make a joke, because I decided to have a thought. That is how does that not upset anybody? How does that not?
No, you know what upsets me. You know what upsets me.
There's no sense of proportion.
No, Ashish, you know what upsets me? I don't know if it upsets you. Two images upset me. Today, when Jaya Bachchan says, people should not do mimicry of MPs, we are not being treated with respect, etc., etc. Some leader is being called, are you a leader or a dealer? This is so bad, this is so insulting, we must take action. Minister stands up, yes, Ms. Bachchan, don't worry, we'll take action. Parliament comes up and all come together in support, right? The other image today, Mr. Jaitley, think about it. Just few days back, there was another incident in Parliament where a member of Parliament stood up and he said, if women don't want to be raped, if women don't want to be outraged, then they should wear dignified clothes. Mr. Jaitley.
But how is Mrs. Jaya Bachchan responsible for that?
I'm linking. Please let me complete. No, Mr. Jaitley, why are you getting angry? Let me complete. Let me complete. I'll tell you, because at that time... No, 1 second. At that time, Mr. Jaitley, not more than 4 or 5 MPs even questioned the language being used by that MP. That MP was essentially saying that if you wear undignified clothes, you are asking to be raped. Whole Lok Sabha was silent. Mr. Jaitley.
My question is that
that's my question to you.
The issue of Nirbhaya, Mrs. Jaya Bachchan was not responsible for whatever you
I am talking about the silence of Parliament when an MP stands up and humiliates and abuses all women.
For the statement that there should be some code of conduct for the radio jockeys and for the other sections of media.
No, that's it. Other sections of media also. Go ahead. I tell you, Mr.
There is a self-imposed code of conduct for broadcast.
No, 1 second. Abhinandan Sekri. I don't need to know.
Which regulators put in place for television at least.
No, there should not. Mr. Jaitley.
Mr. Sekri, Abhinandan, go ahead.
Mr. Jaitley, no, there should not be a code of conduct.
Absolutely.
You are absolutely wrong.
You should be allowed free
and
for
dude,
all.
one thing I want to tell you, you are not the institution. 1 second. 1 second.
For the
1 second.
it should be free for all.
If you let me talk, you will know what I'm saying. If you just hear me out. You are not the institution. You are an individual, dude. So each time someone mocks you, don't say you mock an institution. You are not the institution. The Parliament is the institution. And this bogey has been played way too often. Don't make fun of institutions. You guys are not institutions. You're individuals like anybody else. Deal with it. That is how it's going to be today.
About the reference, the context in which I'm talking is regarding the statement.
No, people will mimic you in any context. People will mimic you. Deal with it.
Sir, I'm asking.
We are not. She did not say that.
This whole thing, we are untouchable. We are untouchable.
Okay.
That she welcomes.
Okay, 1 second. 1 minute. I'm asking a question.
Why is there a problem?
Mr. Jaitley, I know you have a problem with the media. Don't make it apparent. I know all politicians have a problem with it. I'm asking a question to all, all viewers of Newshour tonight. You are watching the Newshour. Wherever you are watching the Newshour tonight across India or the 46 countries where this program is now being broadcast live, I am asking you one question on the Newshour. Who do you think needs to be regulated? The media or the politicians? And will our country be a better country where the politicians who can't regulate themselves, where one of their own goes on a slapping spree, when women are insulted in parliament, when the women's bill gets lapsed and no action happens, right? Why are you shaking your head, Kirit Somaiya? Is anything what I am saying wrong? I'm asking, let me complete my question. I'll take 10 more seconds. Who should be regulated, politicians or media? I asked this question tonight. Mr. Somaiya, ask yourself this question. Who is going to say that you are in any position to try and tell us what to do? The media, independent media given to us by the founding fathers of our constitution, not given by you as a favor as a political party. You may be in party with somebody else tomorrow. You didn't give us our freedom. You have no right to take it away from us. That's the point. Accept it. Just accept it. You may have 545 MPs tomorrow. You can't take it back from us. Just accept it, Mr. Somaiya, Mr. Jaitley, Sanjay Jha and Danish.
And nobody has said anything about that.
You should not.
We certainly support. Nobody has questioned any liberty of media. We support that. Just on a small issue. I also said such type of language regarding.
I am asking you today. No, I am asking if you want to regulate the media. You say that we'll regulate the media. You will start with comedians. You'll start with RJs. You'll start with satirists. You'll go to cartoonists. Then you'll say journalists, print journalists, TV journalists.
Exactly.
We want them all in our net because we are damn insecure of them.
One after one.
Because we are damn insecure of these people, and we don't. It's not about the cartoons, sir. It starts with the cartoons. It ends with the scams, and you know that. You know that, sir. I am only saying it very directly. Mr. Jaitley, सच्चाई कड़वी होती है. सच्चाई कड़वी होती है, Jaitley ji.
May I ask you, Arnab, when was the nation laughing for the last time?
Yes. 1 second. Yes. What are you saying? What are you saying, Mr. Jaitley?
I'm asking you, when did the nation saw you laughing for the last time? You actually come with you begin the program in a sulking manner and you end the program in the same spirit. Where is the content of the program? I'm asking you. You are always trying to bring down
I will respond with one question. 1 second. Mr. Madhukar Jaitley.
No, you are
Mr. Madhukar Jaitley has asked me a question. Mr. Jaitley, I don't find it funny when Mayawati tells a policeman to tie shoelaces. I don't find it funny when let me complete. You asked me a question, now let me complete. आपने बोला, मैं भी बोलूंगा. ओडिशा में पुलिसमैन को मारा जाता है, एमएलएस पुलिसमैन को मारते हैं, बीजेपी एमएलएस टोल बूथ ऑफिशियल को मारते हैं, और आपके माननीय मुख्यमंत्री आइटम नंबर देखते हैं जब बच्चे मर रहे होते हैं राइट्स के बाद. आप मुझे कहते हैं आप हंसेंगे कब?
अरे भाई आप मुझे you tell me, are you going to give a judgment beyond the Supreme Court judgment?
I am making a comment. Who says that? Will you take away my right to make a comment?
As many number of times as you want, but the Supreme Court has already given a final judgment on that.
Mr. Jaitley, just accept the fact today, Mr. Jaitley. Accept the fact.
I cannot accept something which is not acceptable.
You will never accept
what is acceptable.
You will never accept
it,
Mr. Jaitley.
I will accept. I have accepted that the freedom of the media must be maintained.
The freedom of a media is not a handout given by you.
No, I know. I don't
need
your comments. I don't need your comments.
And I don't need your approval. And I don't need your approval.
No, I know.
I don't need your certificate.
Therefore, the democracy also does not need your approval.
Mr. Jaitley, I put a question. Why are you getting insecure? I am putting a question. Who needs to be regulated?
You can ask her. I am not going anywhere. You can ask any number of questions that you want.
I've asked a few questions. I'm sure I'll get the answers. Okay. Now, before we close, let's get a quick round of closing comments. Danish Ali, yes, please. I see some politicians are seeing sense and changing their position. Some are not. Yes, Danish. We'll have a quick round at the end.
I want to congratulate the Times Now, the News Hour, that you have read the sense of the Parliament or the government that they want to put curb on the judiciary, now they want to put curb on the media. You are the first channel which has understood it. I want to congratulate you that the freedom of press must continue, and people like us, the party like us, are with the media, with the institution which has been given by the framers of the Constitution of India.
Thank you. I didn't need your certificate, but thank you anyway. My simple point here is this. Mr. Jaitley asked me a little while earlier. He said, oh, what happened to the Indian media? When did you break a story like Watergate? I broke this gate, that gate. I'm not going to tell you that, but after 12 or 15 scams, is it my problem, Mr. Jaitley, that an American politician and even a president gets ashamed and resigns, and that Indian politicians are so thick-skinned that they have to be pushed to give their resignations? Is that my problem or the politician's problem, Mr. Jaitley? Food for thought. Sochiye is baat ko. Any closing comments from the other side? Sanjay Jha. Yes, Sanjay Jha. Sanjay Jha, quickly. 4 minutes left. Sanjay.
Arnab, the US president is considered unanimously by all as to the most powerful man on earth. And when if you look at a JLNO show or any show in America, while he is the president, not when he's not a president, they actually spoof him. They ridicule some decisions. They actually have the US president laughing at that humor. In fact, there's an interaction with the media where the president makes a joke.
Mr. Sanjay Jha, I have a proposal.
I think
no, Mr. Sanjay Jha, one minute. Again, you made a mistake.
I think it's an evolving political
Again, you made a mistake. Again, you made a mistake. Mr. Jha, Mr. Jha, you made a mistake. No, the American president appears on the spoof show himself. He appears on Saturday Night Live. He makes jokes. Now, I have a proposal. I want all the guests here, Suresh Menon, Ashish Shakya, right? Sudhir Telang, and I want Abhinandan Sikri, who is there in Delhi, and of course, Mr. Sundaram, all of them, to have an opportunity to have a real chat with Rahul Gandhi on whether or not he went to sleep in Parliament. What about that?
Or Mr. Arun Jaitley or Smriti Irani. Or let's talk about Mr. Modi's brazen laundry list of lies. I'm saying everything. No, why
you got touchy when it came to your own.
No, I'm saying everyone. I'm not being sensitive. I'm saying don't give it a political complexion. That's the point I'm making. Keep a neutrality and let all politicians recognize that humor is not necessarily ridicule. It's actually a form of interaction.
It's all very nice. I like these cute lectures of yours today. Charity begins at humor also begins at home.
Sundaram.
I want to say I'm worried about...
One second, please.
I'm worried about everyone who's probably going to be nominated to the Rajya Sabha or elected to the Parliament if he has a style that can be mimicked, because Mr. Sidhu decided to leave the Parliament because he couldn't laugh there anymore.
Well said. Well said.
Website spoofs us quite regularly, and I think it's great humor. I want to congratulate Abhinandan's newslaundry.com for doing some great stuff.
Well, okay, you know what?
Thank you.
Have a sense of humor.
I got a newslaundry.com plug on super prime time.
Can I do some plugs? No, one second. You got one shot. One second. You got one shot. If you do this once more, I'm going to call Madhu and say, there he is, He's trying to plug himself shamelessly on the program. That too at the expense of politicians. I thank you all for joining me on debate number 1 on the Newshour tonight. Thank you.